Hello, today we are a little bit closer. You will have a test on Friday on Chapter 8. We are doing Lesson 7 and 8 today, Chapter 8. So we have been working with yesterday. We are comparing fractions by having or creating the same denominator. Today we are going to be working on writing fractions as decimals. We're going to use some visuals and then we will eventually not need to use them throughout this lesson. So here we go. So first what we're going to do is we're going to look at our first model. They want us to write 1/2 as a decimal. So what we need to do is we need to find the denominator of 10 to figure out what does that look like. So what we're going to do is 2 times what gives me 10. 2 times 5 is 10. Remember what I do to my bottom number, I'm going to do to my top number. So I'm also going to multiply my numerator by 5. 1 times 5 is 5. And then we are going to shade the model below for 5/10. How many tenths will be shaded? 5. The model will show 5/10 or 0.5. So if we look down here, this is 1/2. Now we are using this like we would use our hundredths blocks in class, and we're going to shade in 5 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. If we were to put these side by side, we would see that they are the same. So we can write 1/2 as 1/2, or we can write it as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5/10. So 1/2 is the same as 5/10. So a lot of the language that we are using in Chapter 7 will be reintroduced during this lesson. Let's look at example 2. It says, use a model to represent 3/4 as a decimal. Write 3/4 as a fraction with a denominator of 100. Okay, so that's important. Let's keep that in mind, 100. So we need to get 4 times what is 100? Well, think about quarters. A quarter is 25 cents, and there's 4 quarters in a dollar, right? So 4 times 25 is 100. And then remember what we do to the bottom, we do to the top. We're going to take 3 times 25, which is 75. We can then see this is 1 whole, or 100. They have it into 3 sections. This is 3/4. And then down here we have hundredths. So we're going to color in 75 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that is 75. They are the same. Mrs. Bliley could do it the same. They are the same. So it says shade a model of 75 over 100, or 75 and 100th, and 100 hundredths. How many squares are shaded? 75. The model shows 75 hundredths, or we're going to put 0.75. So 3/4 is 75 hundredths. So looking at this, what I need to do is I need to find my top number after I find 100 as my denominator. Once I find 100 as my denominator, I multiply the same number on top as what I multiplied my denominator to get that 100. That is going to be my decimal. I'm going to put a 0, a decimal point, and carry the number over. Let's look at some more examples so this is a little bit easier. Mrs. Bliley's going to skip this part because we already talked about it. Maybe. Okay, so now we're on number 3. Sorry about that previously. I don't know why my page wouldn't turn. So we have 1/4. So we need to think in our minds, what do I need to times 4 by to get 100? So what we're working towards is always getting that denominator to be 100. So if we remember on the previous example, there are 4 quarters in a dollar, and each quarter is worth 25 cents. So we are going to multiply the top and the bottom by 25. So 4 times 25 is 100, and 1 times 25 is 25. I'm going to color in 25 boxes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I'm going to make this a decimal. This is a 0 decimal. Carry my top number all the way over, 25. So 25 hundredths is my decimal. Let's look at number 4. I have 20 and 3. My bottom number needs to be 100. So what do I need to multiply 20 by to get 100? We're going to multiply it by 5. What I do to the top, what I do to the bottom, I do to the top. Okay. 20 times 5 is 100. And 3 times 5 is 15. Shade in 15 hundredths. And I can write my decimal. I'm going to write a 0, a decimal, and I'm going to carry that 15 all the way over. So I have 15 hundredths as my final answer. Okay, so I would like you to do numbers 5, 6, 7, and 8 independently. And Mrs. Bliley is going to jump to our next lesson, which is very similar to what we've been doing in this lesson, just without the visual. So it says write each fraction as a decimal. Okay, so we already know how to do this. We need to make our denominator 100. So what do I need to times 10 by to get 100? 10, right? If I do them at the top, I do to the bottom. I do to the bottom, I do to the top. So this is going to be a 10. Okay, 10 times 10 is 100. That's the magic number I need. And 10 times 8 is 80. So then my decimal is going to be 80 hundredths. Let's try one more. 20, and I have 1/20th. 20 times 5 is 100, my magic number. What I do to the top, what I do to the bottom, what I do to the top. 1 times 5 is 5. My answer is 0, 5. There we go, 5. Okay. Does anybody, sorry, there should be a 0 here. Should be 0. Hold on. Sorry, Miss Wiley made a mistake. It should be 0, 5. So I would like you to do numbers 5, 6, 7, and 8. And that would be it for today. Have a great day. Remember, if you have any questions, please write on the stream on the Google Classroom page, and I will get back to you as soon as possible.